Alright, let's dive in. Today, we're exploring the life and legacy of Ludwig van Beethoven, a pivotal composer who transitioned music from the classical to the Romantic era. Welcome to Know It Sharp with Ivy Sharp. I'm Ivy, and here's what you need to know. 7 must-know facts about Beethoven that will lock this topic in your memory. Let's get started. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump in. Be bold and brave as Beethoven, breaking boundaries with brilliance. Fact number 1. Beethoven, baptized in December 1770 in Bonn, became the pivotal composer transitioning music from the classical to the Romantic era. Let's keep it simple. He absorbed classical training in Vienna with giants like Joseph Haydn and Johann Albrechtsberger. Then he stretched forms in symphonies, sonatas, and quartets until they felt new. The main idea is, he bridged eras by deepening drama, expanding structures, and pushing expressive range. His career blossomed in Vienna from the 1790s onward, where he dazzled as a pianist before his compositions took center stage. Here's the takeaway. Beethoven didn't just write within forms, he remade them for the 19th century and beyond. Test question. What era did Beethoven help transition music into? Correct answer. The Romantic era. Memory aid. Classical to Romantic, Beethoven's magic was gigantic. Moving on. Fact number 2. He suffered progressive hearing loss, likely otosclerosis, beginning around 1798, yet he continued composing groundbreaking works. Think of it this way. Even as tinnitus and sensitivity to sound grew, he relied on extraordinary inner hearing. By 1814, he used ear trumpets, and by 1818, he needed conversation books to communicate. Remember, he was never totally deaf. He could still perceive some low tones and loud sounds late in life. The Heiligenstadt Testament of 1802 shows his despair and resolve to live for art, a turning point toward bolder music. This is key. His adversity sharpened his focus on structure, motive, and form. Test question. What condition likely caused Beethoven's hearing loss? Correct answer. Otosclerosis. Memory aid. Even with silence, Beethoven's works were timeless. Next up, fact number 3. His career comprises 3 periods: early, middle, and late. Let's get to the point. Early period. Classical poise with works like the Opus 18 quartets and the First Symphony. Middle period. The so-called heroic phase, with the Eroica, the 5th and 7th symphonies, Fidelio, and sonatas like the Waldstein and Appassionata. Late period. Highly innovative and introspective, with the Hammerklavier Sonata, the Missa Solemnis, the 9th Symphony, and the late string quartets. Here's what you need to know. Each period grows in scale, contrast, and structural daring. Test question. What is the middle period of Beethoven's career known as? Correct answer. The heroic period. Memory aid. Early to heroic to late, Beethoven's music was great. Alright, let's continue. Fact number 4. The Eroica Symphony, composed 1803 to 1804, redefined the symphony's scale and expressive scope. It was originally dedicated to Napoleon, but retitled after Napoleon crowned himself emperor. Here's the takeaway. Beethoven scratched out Napoleon's name and redirected the work toward a broader humanistic ideal of greatness. The music itself is expansive, with unprecedented length, driving development, and a funeral march that feels like a world in motion. This connects to what we covered earlier. He transformed genres from the inside. Test question. Which symphony was originally dedicated to Napoleon? Correct answer. The Eroica Symphony. Memory aid. Eroica for a hero, but Napoleon turned 0. On to the next one. Fact number 5. The 5th Symphony, premiered in 1808, became iconic for its dramatic unity and is often hailed as embodying the Romantic spirit. Let's keep it simple. Its famous 4-note motif drives the whole journey from struggle to triumph. Short, 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 long becomes a musical DNA strand. The premiere happened in a marathon concert that was under-rehearsed, but the work's impact only grew over time. Here's what you need to know. The 5th shows how tight motivic control can generate massive emotional force. Test question. Which symphony of Beethoven's is famous for its 4-note motif? Correct answer. The 5th Symphony. Memory aid. Fifth's famous 4 knocks on destiny's door. Let's keep it rolling. Fact number 6. The Ninth Symphony, premiered in May 1824, introduced the choral finale to symphonic form, a monumental innovation. The main idea is, by bringing in Schiller's Ode to Joy for soloists and chorus, Beethoven fused instrumental argument with sung humanist ideals. At the premiere, he stood beside conductor Michael Umlauf, who beat time. Performers were told to follow Umlauf, and Beethoven reportedly did not hear the ovation until someone turned him to face the crowd. This one's a must-know. It changed expectations for what a symphony could be. Test question. Which symphony introduced a choral finale? Correct answer: the Ninth Symphony. Memory aid. Ninth's Joy to the World, Beethoven's banner unfurled. Now let's move forward. Fact number 7. His late string quartets, written mainly in 1825 to 1826 and including the Grosse Fuge, are pinnacles of chamber music and precursors to modernist complexity. Remember this. Commissioned in part by Prince Nikolai Golitsyn, these works push counterpoint, form, and expression to extremes. Movements like the Heiliger Dankgesang radiate spiritual depth. The Grosse Fuge was so challenging that Beethoven published it separately as Opus 133 after writing a new finale for Opus 130. Here's the takeaway. He wrote beyond his time, stretching performers and listeners toward future sounds. Test question. What are Beethoven's late string quartets known for? Correct answer: pinnacles of chamber music. Memory aid. Quartets of late, complex and great. Quick recap time. Okay, let's refocus. Which era did Beethoven help music transition into? Correct answer: the Romantic era. What condition likely caused Beethoven's hearing loss? Correct answer: otosclerosis. What is the middle period of Beethoven's career known as? Correct answer: the Heroic period. Which symphony was originally dedicated to Napoleon? Correct answer: the Eroica Symphony. Which symphony is famous for its four-note motif? Correct answer: the Fifth Symphony. Which symphony introduced a choral finale? Correct answer: the Ninth Symphony. What are his late string quartets known for? Correct answer: pinnacles of chamber music. You've got the top 7 facts down. With these key details, you're more than ready to ace that exam. Stay focused, trust your prep, and knock it out of the park. That's a wrap for today.